Welcome once again to Access, the show that brings you the best of PS3 in all its high-definition glory. Wowing your eyeballs this week, we sift through the latest news in our PlayStation briefing, pay a visit to gaming charity Special Effect, and chortle with Fred and George in preparation for the Blu-ray launch of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. But first, it's time for big swords and medieval bras with our Game of the Week, Soul Calibur 5. Dear Soul Calibur 5, we would write if we were going to ask Namco Bandai's fighting series on a date. You're gorgeous and we'd like to fight you with sticks. Saturday? And Soul Calibur would say yes because it's awesome and knows how to show a girl a good time. The new game features plenty of familiar faces. Prancing French fencer Raphael, now sporting this excellent hat. Oozing sex offender Voldo, this time dressed as a camp disco spider. And our mega favourite Samurai Hardman Mitsurugi, who you'll see winning a lot through the course of this video. Look at him winning! The gameplay is familiar too, but with a couple of welcome tweaks. The Soul Gauge from Soul Calibur 4 has been replaced with the Critical Edge, which basically rewards you for being awesome. A 3-segment bar fills up when you attack relentlessly or use the new speedy sidesteps, and once it's filled, players can let fly a huge special with a couple of quarter circles. The biggest news though are the new fighters. These include Shield Boy Patroclus, Ninja Lady Natsu,
Let's get serious.
and Springy Swordstress Yan.
Come on, let's fight!
All of whom we ignored because we were too busy being cool with super guest star Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed, who stabs and shoots his enemies, sometimes all at the same time.
Insieme per la vittoria.
It's almost enough to stop us playing with Mitsurugi, although not quite, because when we play Soul Calibur, the inside of our brain basically looks like this.
Never could imagine I'd feel this way.
Aside from all that, the game is still the same awesome Calibur, built on gorgeous visuals and easy to grasp but beautifully tactical combat, and with a story that makes no sense whatsoever.
The power of the swords was not fully extinguished.
Oh, we've missed you, nonsense-talking booming voice guy. Soul Calibur 5 is out in February next year, and in the meantime we'll be thinking of sunsets and holding hands with lush-haired samurai. Time to catch up on the latest things that are news now in your PlayStation briefing. On our list of things that make FPS games rubbish, being blinded by the light of 1,000 suns is pretty high. So the news that DICE is toning down the trillion-watt torch attachments in Battlefield 3's multiplayer was greeted with a hearty hoorah here at Access Towers. The effect still works close up and obviously looks lovely. Ooh, lens flare. But thankfully no longer has the range of an intercontinental ballistic missile. In more happy multiplayer news, EA's corporate-busting shooter Syndicate has been flexing its co-op muscles, as demonstrated by this 4-player gameplay trailer. Apparently it's all to do with banding together to smash your business rivals, but really it's about turning men orange before putting bullets through their skulls. Your share prices are screwed! From shooting to smacking now, as we take a first look at bone-splintering fight sequel UFC Undisputed 3. The game is as authentically brutal as ever, so much so that it's even impressed the fighters themselves, as we discovered while giving our lunch money to Rashard Evans.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous how real it is. You know, watching and seeing like all the little mannerisms, the sweat dripping down, and everything is ridiculous. It's good because it helps people understand the sport. They learn the sport by playing a video game.
And to finish off, a quick reminder that Access now has its very own YouTube channel at youtube.com/PlayStation Access. Subscribe now and you can watch Access at work while the boss isn't looking. Time for some digital win now as we take a look at the week's best content on the store. After something a bit different to stick in your download trolley, tough, here are some zombies. Oh, put that lip away. These are the bikini-clad flesh gobblers of Holiday Paradise Dead Island. And making them dead all over again is fun like peeling dried glue off your fingers, especially now the game is available in its limb-chopping entirety from the store. And double especially because the Bloodbath DLC has arrived. The add-on pack includes an all-new Horde-style mode, so you can grind zombies into undead puree with up to 3 mates. Yum. Also available for a full game download and definitely worth revisiting is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the game that jump-started the FPS world's infatuation with mega now war situations and online kill streaking. Infinity Ward's blistering original still packs the best single-player punch since ever, and going back to that bit in the ghillie suit and this bit with the big poisonous mushroom is like doing the backstroke in a pool of liquid excellence. Doing your thumb joint to mischief on the store this week is manga-style Fist 'em Up BlazBlue Continuum Shift 2, the game that combines super-fast combos with excessively dressed characters and lots of yelling. This PSP version is every bit as slick as the series' PS3 cousins and is available for download now. We leave you with a peek at the video store where the pre-heroic X-Men are graduating from super school in first class. James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender are excellent as a youthful Professor Xavier and pre-mental Magneto, the story of the pre-Fallout mutant buddies giving the film a character-driven quality that's rare for a spandex spin-off. Meanwhile, Kevin Bacon makes sure the film doesn't get too clever for its own good by wearing a comedy neckerchief to give everybody someone to punch. Awesome. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 arrives on Blu-ray this week, which means it's almost time to say abracabye-bye to the magical world of Hogwarts. But before that, we said hello to Oliver and James Phelps, better known as prank-loving Pottermates, the Weasley twins. As well as lending their likenesses to the game, the brothers also voiced their characters, which, as they told us, is very different to working on a film.
When doing the voicing games, you only have your script, and there's about 50 variations of walking into a wall, what that sound would be like to come out of you. So you do look a bit of an idiot if someone was just looking at you standing going, like random sounds like that. So it is quite different.
And talking of saying crazy things, here's what happened when we asked the boys about their favourite game of all time.
Grand Theft Auto, the latest one, amazing, just the detail and the depth of it, like how you could just go on your mobile and dial 911 and the police car would arrive.
The first one I'm going to say is a game which I don't really know many people who know it, but it's called Rolo the Elephant.
Oh no, not the best game ever.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's basically a platform and you're an elephant called Rolo. And then you meet his friends who are like a squirrel and a beaver.
The beaver can swim because he's got a rubber ring.
I'm trying to find it on another platform so I can play it now.
Ooh, good shout! Rolo the Elephant for Game of the Week, anybody? No? Alright then. Check out the boys in full-on Mega Wand action mode when the Deathly Hallows Part 2 arrives on Friday the 2nd of December. While most of us take the escapism of games for granted, for others gaming isn't so easy. This week's Access All Areas comes direct from Special Effect, a charity dedicated to making the virtual wonders of gamedom accessible for disabled people.
What I do is I help work with people with disabilities. We all work with people who have disabilities to help them to be able to play computer games more easily, and in some cases help them to play full stop, because there's no way without the help of an organisation like ourselves that they would be able to play games. For a lot of people, it might seem, video games as far more important things to give money to as a charity, but the benefits are huge for people with disabilities. If they've had a stroke, for example, or if they've had a head injury, quite often they might find it difficult to move one side of their body. Now, there's nothing more motivating than using that hand, for example, to be able to play a computer game, and we're using a steering wheel to encourage kids to grip again after a head injury. And one of the most satisfying people that we've worked with is Shaz. He found it very difficult to be able to control a traditional gamepad. He's got quite severe involuntary movements, so having a tiny joystick, it's really difficult for him to grab and control. But by finding a device with a larger joypad and enabling him to use buttons to be able to control it. He was able to control it well enough to beat the Prime Minister when he opened up and he was, believe you me, David Cameron was really trying, but Shaz absolutely trashed him at a racing game.
Thanks Mick, and to all at Special Effect. To find out more or to add your support to the cause, head over to specialeffect.org.uk. Before we go, here's a gigglesome treat courtesy of Batman Arkham City. Having completed the game, simply hold down the shoulder buttons, twist both left and right sticks, and holy brain Viagra, Batman! You and everyone else in the city have got a massive head. Yes, it's about as useful as George Clooney's big rubber bat nipples, but look! Batman's beating a man up with his massive noggin. For more video content or for the chance to get on board future Access events, head to our Facebook page at facebook.com/PlayStation Access. See you next week!